Right now, Bitcoin is starting to recover, and in this exact update video, I will be talking about the levels where we could be potentially heading towards next. I will be talking about the most important support levels that are currently out there in the market. I will be talking about the fear ingredient index and the reason why we're currently having this fear in the market. Much more will be getting discussed as well in today's update video. Today is also the day that the US inflation data is going to come out on the market, and that will most certainly cause even more volatility. As well, we'll be talking about Solana, because Solana will be having an approximately release of tokens of about 31 million tokens that are going to drop on the market in exactly 1 hour after this video is live. So make sure to keep on watching till the end. It's going to be a very important one today, so don't forget to slap up that like button on today's update video. Can we smash it back above 400 likes? That will be absolutely incredible. And without any further ado, let's jump straight away in towards the content. Once looking at the imminent short term on Bitcoin, we can of course see that we had this significant downtrend, and basically over the course of 1 day and 5 hours, Bitcoin dumped an approximately 25% towards the downside. Like you can see previously right in the dump, the approximately 16.8k was providing support. Then as well, the other time around, we were getting supported by it. Once we dropped below it right here, we retested it as resistance. We basically had another significant drop off, and currently on the time of recording, we're once again retesting this 16.8k towards $17,000. And like you can see from the 15-minute time frame, this level has got a high amount of conviction, and due to that reason, I expect that it is going to be a hard level to be breaking above. And if we break above the $17,000, we're most likely going to be visiting levels back towards $18,000. However, if we get another rejection, it could be meaning that Bitcoin is going to go even lower from off this point onwards. Of course, due to the reason that Binance stepped out of the FTX deal was the main reason that Bitcoin started to be falling towards the downside once again. And you can also really currently see it back in the fear ingredient index, because the fear ingredient index is once again back at extreme fear due to everything that's basically happening in the market. And if we look at the past, basically in the past 3 months, we have been finally starting to see the fear getting washed out of the market. The fear ingredient index came all the way back up towards levels around 38 to 40 in the index again. And then, of course, we had this major flush out again, and the fear basically hit on the market again. Looking at the 1 hour time frame, I don't really think that there is a lot of analysis we could be doing on the 1 hour time frame, since basically, on the 1 hour time frame, we can't really spot a clear level of support or resistance. The same as for the 4 hourly time frame. I mean, I can look at the 4 hourly time frame, but it is very hard to do my analysis on the 4 hourly time frame right now. Then looking at the daily time frame, we've been exactly bouncing from that 15.8k target we've been talking about yesterday. Yesterday, I've been talking about this great support box. Well, basically from the past was, of course, a high important zone of confluence, because in the start from the previous bull run, we started to see, of course, one very important level providing significant support and resistance. And I talked about it on my previous video that this level was somewhere between 15.7k towards $16,000. And like you can currently exactly see here, this level between the 15.5 and $16,000 has been so for providing support. Really at the daily time frame on a different perspective, we can see that previously around this was of course the important range that we were holding on towards. And since we basically broke below that range, we're currently going to be look at what kind of support is trading below us, right? To be very honest, if we break below the 15.3k, the next level of support is going to be 14.2k. And of course, from the current point that we're trading on, 14.2k is still another 15% correction towards the downside. And that is of course still quite significant. That is of course also a thing that we do not like to be seeing. You can see here from the past, from the previous bull market top, these levels showing us how strong and significant support / resistance they have been providing. Also the $14,000. You can also clearly see it in the previous start of the bull run, how these levels basically provided significant amounts of resistance and support. So these are definitely the levels that I will be looking at right now if I'm going to be trading this market. I honestly do think that it is likely that Bitcoin is not going to be having such a fast drop off towards the downside anymore, since basically the worst news that could have come out all came out. And maybe there's going to be another exchange go bankrupt, and that would be probably cause an even bigger collapse. But the reason why I'm personally think we are falling towards the downside is not necessarily the retailers that are actually selling off their Bitcoin, but more the big companies, the big firms that have to necessarily sell off their Bitcoins because they're otherwise going to be facing liquidations. And since right now the volatility is finally back in the market, you could definitely benefit from it by trading Bitcoin. And if you want to be trading Bitcoin, I would not recommend to check out FTX, but if you're in the US, I would recommend for you to trade on BitGet. On the BitGet exchange, you can basically trade without VPN, without KYC, and you can withdraw over 30 Bitcoins on a daily basis. And if you're anywhere else in the world, I would recommend to check out Bybit. Bybit is a very reliable exchange, has been around for 5 years, has been always completely transparent with their backings, and it's definitely the safest cryptocurrency trading exchange out there. So if you're interested in trading, make sure to check these exchanges right now in the link in the description. Furthermore, today is also the day that the US inflation reports are going to come out, and with the US inflation reports, we expect that even more volatility, yes, even more, is going to be hitting the market. The inflation reports are going to come out in approximately 5 hours after this video is live, so make sure to subscribe to the channel already, smash up the bell notification, because I will be jumping live on this channel to discuss live the inflation reports for Bitcoin, because yes, it will be most certainly cause a lot of volatility in the market. Then also quickly talking about a very high requested coin, Solana is currently falling down towards levels between $14 to $15. I've been talking negatively about Solana ever since $120 basically, and currently, I mean, there is not a lot of positive to take from it, because in approximately 1 hour from now on, the next epoch will be getting released, what basically means that there is going to be 31 million Solana tokens hit the market, because basically what happens is that you can unstake your Solana tokens, and every now and then they get released, and currently in the next release, there are approximately 31 Solana tokens getting released. So many people are of course unstaking their Solana, probably with the reason to sell them. So it is very likely to expect that this 31 million Solana tokens are going to hit the market, and probably this will cause a lot of sell pressure to come towards the market. This is an approximately 500 million US dollars that could get sold off. And if another 500 million Solana tokens will be getting sold off, it could mean that Solana is going to be tanking another 30% towards the downside, and maybe it's going to be visiting levels between $8 to $10. I mean, realistically speaking, if we break below this level here of $13, I think the next box of support is going to be between the $10 and $7 here for Solana. So make sure to keep your eyes wide open on it. Solana could be facing more problems. Then also, while we've been seeing this massive sell-off in the market, we can currently start to see that the realized loss is spiking back towards the upside once again. Yesterday we saw an approximately $2 billion US dollars in Bitcoins getting realized and lost. So many people are currently selling against a loss. I mean, from the previous range we've been trading in, we've been clearly seeing that the weekends were really already shaken out. We were not seeing, of course, significant sell pressure. However, now we're seeing that big dump towards the downside. I honestly do expect that it is also some forced selling from some larger players in the market. So currently, we're seeing a lot of realized loss getting formed in the market. And due to the realized loss being so high, and due to the realized loss spiking once again, it is of course on the bigger picture, even though I know there is of course a lot of fear currently in the market, it will allow in the bigger picture that this was probably in hindsight going to be a very good buying opportunity. I still remain to DCA in towards the market every single time that the realized loss is basically spiking towards the upside. It historically always have meant that it is going to be a good buying opportunity in the market. And currently, once again, we're seeing the realized loss spiking. Bitcoin yesterday even dropped below 15,000 US dollars. I am very much aware, and I just talked about it, that we could be visiting levels between 14,000 and 15,000 still. However, I don't think, and I will definitely not regret it, for DCAing in towards the market right now for an average price around $16,000 to $15,000. At least that is my strategy. I am buying more Bitcoin every single day, and make sure that you will be having your own strategy as well on how you could be preparing yourself the best for the next Bitcoin bull run. Because for sure there will come another one. It will most certainly take another 2 or 3 years from now on, but once it is there, you do not want to be missing the boat. Anyways, this was it for me in today's update video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel right now, because I will be jumping back live today with the CPI reports, discussing them and seeing on how we could be potentially traded. Anyways, thank you so much for watching towards this amazing new update video here on the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.